Yes, welcome back. Welcome back to Skills Rwanda. We are so excited that you're here. We're happy to have you. It's been a few days ago. Now, I know some of you are still checking up, coming in, loading. Take your time. And I'm here to welcome you. My name is Lydia. For those of you, it's your first time that you've joined us today. We are very happy. Our fans who are always here, you're welcome. Today, we're going to use so much thumbs up. So wherever you are, wherever you're watching from, give us a thumbs up to let us know that you're here. We do like to know where you are. For example, I'm in Kigali, and today's session is very special. And just to remind you why we have these sessions and why the Chief Skills Office tries so hard to make sure that our public is informed about what is going on. So the Chief Skills Office in RDB actually emphasizes or works at coordinating skills development and employment promotion. Now, that is very important in the development of the country. I mean, what's a country without a skilled workforce? So with that, we want to, give you information about what's going on, where the opportunities, where is business, what's booming. So as the businesses boom, the jobs booms, and that's why we are here. So we're so happy. We're so happy today. We are with experts from Inkomoko. If you don't know Inkomoko, you're about to know today. That's why we're here. So I have two very wonderful ladies from Inkomoko who are going to be joining me shortly. But first, if you missed Norbert, send him a prayer. But he's recovering. He's not going to be able to join us today. So it's going to just be me and you and our wonderful guests. And I'm so happy that you've joined us now. Prepare your questions, any clarification that you have. If you have any concern, today we are talking about how to grow your career as well as your business. So those are things that, go hand in hand. So as you tell us where you are, feel free to tell us what you're doing, what business you are into, and how we can help. We really would like to help. Now, for those of you who are abroad, we love you so much. And this is an opportunity for you also to get to know what is happening in Rwanda in terms of business, in terms of skills, employment, and everything. That's why we come here. Now, I'm going to bring in my wonderful guests. Here we have Hele, and we also have Barbara. Hello, Barbara and Hele. Say hello.
Hi.
Hele,
Hello.
So, Hele, welcome to the show. Barbara, also welcome to the show. And before they introduce themselves, I'm going to tell you, these two wonderful ladies are from Inkomoko. Inkomoko has such a huge impact here in Rwanda, as well as in other East African countries that, actually not just East Africa, in other African countries that we are going to hear about today. So please let us know where you are. And then we'll be ready to go. So I'm going to start with you, Hele. Please tell us about yourself today. I know our audience is really happy to hear from you.
Hello. Hey, everyone. Very happy to be here today with all of you. I'm seeing you are calling in or you are following us from so many different places. That's exciting. Me, myself, I'm here in Kigali, Rwanda. And I'm director of SME growth at AEC Inkomoko. And so that means that I oversee all the different supports that we give to SMEs, both in Rwanda and we also do work with SMEs in Kenya. But we're going to talk much more about how we do that and how we support businesses later on. I have been with this organization for almost 5 years. Before that, I was part of a startup. So I also have experience in starting up something completely new and with all the challenges that comes with that. and also all the excitement, of course. I've lived more than 10 years in Rwanda, but I've also lived and worked in Denmark, where I'm born. And before Rwanda, I spent quite some time in Latin America. I lived in Cuba, I lived in Argentina, and I also speak fluently Spanish. And I actually thought that that's going to be my continent. But for many reasons, I ended up in Rwanda, and I'm very happy about it. And I'm really excited to be here with you. And I really hope we'll have a very good discussion during this next hour.
Super. Ready to hear from you, Barbara. Please tell us where you
Thank
are
you.
and what you do.
Where I am. Thanks for having us, Lydia. Barbara Mutoni. I'm very happy to be here. I'm happy to join this conversation. I am an HR director at African Entrepreneur Collective, Inkomoko. You get to know what all that means in a few minutes. I oversee HR operations in Rwanda, Kenya, and Ethiopia. I am a very big fan of people, and that explains why I have been in the human resources field for over 15 years now. I have been with Inkomoko for about almost 2 years, and prior to that, I worked for Bradilwa, and I've also worked for two of the best banks in Rwanda, and INGO, an international organization that is also dealing with consulting. And what I like most about HR, and this is something I keep sharing with people, it is a field where I get to interact with people, so many different people with diverse functions, diverse perspectives, and it always feels like I work either in sales or marketing. I like cut across. So that is something I really love most about HR. And I wouldn't end this conversation this introduction without talking about what I love about my organization that I'm currently working for. I love working for Inkomoko for one big reason, the culture. I love interacting with the people, and our people are very fun. And you're going to get to hear from me and Hele about what it takes to be part of our team. So thank you again, Lydia, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Barbara. We're very excited to have you, and I'm sure we have so many people. We have people from where? We have people who are following us from Huye Employment Center. We have people from Brussels. This is Eve. And I mean, wherever you are, we're very happy. Thank you for joining us. We're so excited you're here, and I hope, now don't go anywhere else, because we have a great conversation that's going to be going on here. You're going to learn about Inkomoko. If you're a business person, you need to grow your business, and it has to be strategic. COVID happened, we had a recession, but I mean, you have to come back strong. You have to be in business. So if your business has to grow, we have to be, very creative and very innovative. No time to waste. So with that being said, one thing I really, really, really liked about Inkomoko is one that actually drew us to even, have them to today's conversation is they really work so hard with entrepreneurs, help them not only to grow their business, but also create jobs. See, now, jobs, something that we need. Greetings to all students who are struggling, or if you're a job seeker and, just hang in there. You're going to get information today, but it's really important when a business is growing and creating jobs. It helps our economy so much. So if you go onto Inkomoko's website, you will see all the impact that they're creating. They're doing so much. They've created over 5,000 jobs, through the work with their entrepreneurs. Now that's big. And that's what we want. So without much time, I'm going to ask Hele. Hele, I think you're our first presenter. Please tell us what is Inkomoko? What is it all about? What do you do at Inkomoko exactly, so that our audience is at par and very ready to know what's going on.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lydia, for all the nice and kind words about who we are. So I'm going to start talking a bit about generally what we do, and particularly what we do for SMEs and for entrepreneurs. And then afterwards, Barbara will talk more about how to become our colleague, and what we look at in terms of careers at Inkomoko. So you might have heard us saying AEC Inkomoko, AEC Inkomoko, what is this? So our mom, you can say, is African Entrepreneur Collective. That's our umbrella organization. In Rwanda, our brand is Inkomoko, but we are still part of African Entrepreneur Collective. And you will get to see where we are in different countries under that same name in just a minute. But that's just for you to understand AEC and Inkomoko. But in Rwanda, we are known as Inkomoko. And what we really do, as you saw, is why we are here, is to improve livelihoods and grow entrepreneurs. That's why we were put in place. That's why we are all working. That's what we are all working towards. That's really our why. It's always really important to have a why when you do something. And for us, it is that we believe that entrepreneurs will transform this continent and help improve livelihoods. Then you can see here, as I said, the different places we are. So we are here in Rwanda. We also have AEC Kenya, and we now have AEC Ethiopia. So we are in 3 different countries at this point. And in the other countries, we are more known as AEC, whereas in Rwanda, we are Inkomoko. Barbara is my slide turner. Barbara, can you go to the next?
I've actually moved to the next. You can see it?
Okay. I can see it now. So this is a little bit about where we have been and where we're going. So we were established in Rwanda in 2012, and we have our headquarters here in Kigali. And then since then, over the 9 years, we have grown to now be in 3 countries, to have served almost 33,000 entrepreneurs, a lot of them women and a lot of them refugees. And we have 14 different program sites. We are 180 staff in total and growing. When I joined those almost 5 years ago, I think we were 25. So now we are 180, and we are always looking for really good talents. So now I'm going to talk a bit more about how we work with actual entrepreneurs and SMEs. So we have an Inkomoko accelerator. We provide business development services for small and medium-sized enterprises across all different business sectors, and we really try to equip with knowledge and tools and being very practical about what we do. We have 2 main focus areas. It's finance and tax, and sales and marketing. So those are the 2 areas we have identified as the ones small businesses are most in need of. Let's see if the slides are moving. Maybe they're delaying a bit, but that's okay. We work with on sales and marketing. I don't know what you are seeing, but I'm still seeing the same slide. But let me just continue. So we do sales and marketing services, and we really try here to help businesses reach more customers and generate more revenue, because we do believe that is one way to create jobs. You need to first get more revenue. And the different things that we offer, some of them are listed here, but we help to set up sales strategies, help with digital marketing. So that's all the social media, website, local customer care, and so on. But the main idea is really to coach and help set up some systems so that the business will survive longer and be much more sustainable. Our other focus area, as I said, finance and tax, is around having good financial management and bookkeeping systems. So that is one of the things where we see many businesses struggle, that actually you can have quite a good business, but it's hard to get an understanding of what your finances are. So here we can help with all different types of bookkeeping systems and analyzing them, understanding the different financial reports. And also, obviously, if you are looking for an investment, the first thing an investor will ask for is, show me your financials. So we can help you get all of that ready and set up systems so that you can actually start tracking what you do. We also help on inventory, unit economics. That's around figuring out what is your break even, when do you actually start making money? Are are you going to make money on a product? So figuring out what are your margins, and if a product will be, if you're going to be profitable with your business model. And then we give tax advisory as well to make sure that you pay the taxes that you should pay. Then the way we work, we have this accelerator that's a 4-month, usually we work with a business for 4 months. And we first do an assessment. So you get a business advisor. So we work with business advisors that are experts in different areas of business. And they will do an assessment of your business to figure out what is your current status, and where are the gaps, and where are the most pressing needs in your business. And based on that, make a plan for how can we best help you, and what are some of the things that are really needed in your business. Then that will show how the consulting and coaching will then happen. So we work hand in hand with the business owner, or if there are staff in the business, we work with staff to really coach and set up these different systems. So there's a lot of one-on-one and really customized to what the particular business. And then we also have trainings. So that used to be in-person boot camps, but now those are webinars. And for some that is easier, because then you can send anyone from your team, anyone who you think would be relevant for this particular training. It's also then only a 2-hour thing, whereas before it was full days. So for some people that really works. So we usually do 2 webinars a week on basic business skills, just to get everyone on the same page. And then finally, I'm sure you want to know how you can join us. So we always have open space, so you can always come in and sign up for our services. Obviously, we at Inkomoko, we are also a business ourselves, so we are registered with RDB as a business, and obviously we also need to make money. So you can come in and sign up at a fee. But then we also have lots of opportunities. We work with different partners where there are opportunities to come in at lower fees or participate in competitions in order to join our program. And I've just listed here 2 things that we have right now. We have one that is particularly for women-led businesses and particularly focused on financing. So to get really finance into women-led businesses. And I put just a contact here. So if you are a woman and you have a business and you're interested in working with us, you can reach out to my colleague Metisa. You're very welcome to hear more about how you can get on board. We also have a big opportunity right now to get on some e-commerce platforms. That's also together with Minicom. There's both a local domestic one, there will also be an international one. So it's where SMEs will have their own store and manage their own store on an online platform, and in that way be able to reach a much larger customer base. So if you are at a stage in your business where you feel you're ready to get online, please feel free to reach out to Raisa, my other colleague, to hear more about how that works and if this is something that would be good for your business. Then we often have different competitions. We don't have anyone going right now, but in a couple of weeks we will have. One is going to be in the cooking energy sector, and another one is going to be on tech. So for all of you to get really the most updated information about competitions and how you can join us, I suggest that you follow us on social media. So that's either Twitter or Facebook, because we always post there if there are any opportunities or competitions to join. You are also always feel free to call us or send us an email at any time. So just to finish, I have just 2 former clients of ours. The one is House of Tayo, who said that one thing that helped him was to put some structures in place in his business so that he could actually leave and the business would still be sustainable. So that's really our goal, because sometimes businesses are so focused on the one entrepreneur that it's really important that there are some structures so that the business survives even when the owner is not around. There's one more testimonial, which is also around how we help a business generate more sales and really make use of social media pages, because one thing is creating a Facebook page or a Twitter account. Another thing is actually making sure that people follow you and that it's really used as an opportunity to get more customers and generate more sales. So that's all I had for my presentation. I'm happy if you have any questions at this point. I'm happy to reply. Over to you, Lydia.
Thank you so much, Helen. Helen, we're very grateful for that information. Now, if I won't repeat anything because you, as well as me, were here and we were listening to everything that was happening. But those very important opportunities for you to join the businesses or the entrepreneurship programs from Inkomoko, I absolutely admire one specifically for the women. Yeah, for the women. So it's really good. Please join the program. You feel free to reach out to Inkomoko on their website, as well as on their Twitter pages, Facebook, and everything. I think we had one question that here. This is from Jean-Marie Diana. Inkomoko, is it a grant fund? Okay. Does Barbara Hele, actually, do you want to pick that up? So Vian is asking if okay.
That's a very good question. Actually, one thing that I forgot to mention is that we have our own in-house loan fund. So we have a sister company here in Rwanda called AC Rwanda Trustee, and they give loans, but only to entrepreneurs that work with us. And they have of course, they do their own due diligence to check if it's a business that have cash flow projections that shows that these loans can be paid back, but they are much more accessible and affordable than other bank loans. But we are not a grant fund, it's a loan fund. So it is debt financing that we are providing through those loans. And we are providing them from $100 up to $50,000.
Ooh, that's good money. That's good money for an entrepreneur. Yeah. So if you're in need of that money, I think all you have to do is sign up with Inkomoko. Is that right, Hele?
Yeah, you first have to get into our program in some way, and we work with you. That's a way also for us to see, is your business ready for our loans? And then once you are eligible for the loans, but we can't guarantee the loans. It's an add-on.
Absolutely. I mean, as any business, you have to, as any investor, you need to first know if that money you're investing is going to bring returns. So, as an entrepreneur, as someone who was previously an entrepreneur, you have to go through this process, training, talk to someone, let them analyze your situation. Then if you need more cash into your business, then that if you see the projections that are going well, then that's how you start. And it's good to know where the resources are, so to help you, I think they walk the journey with you, before they give you, before you get to the grant. We have to know how is the grant going to come back, so someone asked. Yes, good. Someone asked how much, this is Kabera, Eric, how much is it required for a company to benefit from your service?
So that really depends, but one thing that definitely requires is a lot of time. So we are not the ones to sit and do everything for you. We really coach the entrepreneur and the team to do the things themselves. So we are not like an accounting firm that you hand your taxes to. We are here to make sure that when you leave us, you can do your own taxes. In terms of what is required, if you're thinking about money, that really depends which opportunity you come in on. So I suggest that you contact my colleague, Metisa. Her email was on the slides before. It's just metisa@inkomoko.com to hear about the different opportunities that we have, and then also look out for our Facebook page to see. Because we have different opportunities depending on the type of business you have.
But definitely, I think there's so much. I feel like there's so much information that we can get that is available at Inkomoko that we cannot cover at this particular time because we have so much. I mean, in an hour you can't cover all the opportunities available. We're just giving you a snapshot and telling you where to go. So either you visit the website, you see all the information, or they're open. Just step in, tell them, just go there and have a discussion with them. Then that's when you know where you really fit and how you're really going to get the help, the money. And someone was asking how much was the money. Did you hear that it was from 100 to 50? It was from 50 to 100. Was it 100,000 or 10,000?
The loans are between $100 to $50,000.
There you go. So you have you know where the money is. So we're going to get into the part 2 of our session today, and that's going to be led by Barbara. Barbara, please tell us what you have for us. And so much eager to hear.
Great. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Perfect. So at Inkomoko, it is not only about what we do, like Kelly shared, but it's about who we are. So I would like to take a few minutes sharing with you who we are. This is one of, it is a wall in the office where I'm seated right now. So it creates all problems on the continent, already have solutions on the continent. So this is part of our culture values. We have values that guide us in all we do. We have values that guide us when relating with the clients that we serve and all other stakeholders. So we believe within us at Inkomoko, we believe that the solutions already exist within our staff themselves, within the people that we partner with. So we believe that entrepreneurs are the key drivers of the economic growth, and we really do a lot that you're going to see me sharing, all within our culture values. So we push ourselves beyond what we think is possible. So this is one of our culture values called achievement, and we believe that when we see our results, they're actually a clear manifestation that we push ourselves beyond what we think is possible. And we do this in a way that it cuts across within our staff. Our staff like being challenged. Most of them like being challenged. And we also always look out for opportunities. That we make sure we challenge ourselves. We are committed to high quality results. So by doing that, if you're committed to high quality results, you look out for more, you're hungry for knowledge, and you stay relevant. And we always make sure we hold each other accountable, like you're going to be seeing in my next slides. So we're committed to continuously learning and growing. And with this, there comes challenges, of course. So how do we do this? Sorry, before I move to the next one. How do we do this? We make sure we seek out opportunities to learn within Inkomoko. We share our learnings with others, and also within the colleagues themselves. If you have something that you think your colleague does not have, we seek the opportunities to get to know it, and also seek the audience to make sure that we share those learnings with others. And this we do to our clients as well. Part of our values, still talking about who we are, is the brave rise together. So we always hold ourselves accountable. We hold each other accountable. And this is one of our, these are our staff. And one of them, you see there, is our CEO. And they were at Bisoke. And we believe getting there, we're all holding each other accountable. We rise together, we move together. And this means a lot to the team at Inkomoko. We hold each other with high expectations. We don't leave anybody behind. We want to move together at the same pace. And these are things that if you came in to pay a visit to us, you get to feel some of these things. And that is one of the reasons I say that I really enjoy working with this awesome team. One of our other values is we eat sports. We have fun together. We look out for each other. We have a good time together. We appreciate each other. We build each other's morale. We want to have a happy working environment. If you have a happy working environment, trust me, even whatever you're doing, you get to succeed. So we do encourage a fun and very conducive work environment at Inkomoko, and this is all that we are. So I just shared with you our values of who Inkomoko is. This is exactly what drives us to do what we do, as shared by Hele. So on my next slide, I will be sharing with you can you see, are they moving at the same pace with me?
Yes, yes, Barbara, we can see and
Perfect.
we're following.
Okay, great. So on this slide, I'll be sharing with you what it takes, to be my colleague. And I'll be sharing with you, like Heles shared with you, we are a family, all under African Entrepreneur Collective. On the first, what you see here is for Inkomoko. And we normally have several openings, but I thought it was more relevant to share what is open as of today. If you look out on our website, you'll see the health and safety officer running to be closing, I think, on Monday. We have the junior IT developer that is already in process. Then we have the learning and development manager that will be coming up very soon. And we have business development manager positions that one is coming up. And we have one that is already running from Musanze. I know I'm talking to the team, to the audience in Rwanda, but we have some openings in Kenya, we have openings in Ethiopia. You might have some contacts that you can share this information with. If you are to apply, and I think you saw the website of the Inkomoko page, www.inkomoko.com, we will share them with you. I think Lydia will help to share those ones. And for Kenya, these are the openings we have. We are in Mombasa, in Dadaab, and in Kakuma, and we have junior sales associate position in Mombasa, the business advisors. We do have senior trainer positions in finance, investment officer, which is more of the loans department, and other positions in Kakuma, like you can see. If you have some contacts in here, you can still forward so we can get some people to apply. For Ethiopia, we are just opening up in Ethiopia. We have positions in Jijjiga, in Asosa, and some will be coming up in Addis. So share with your contacts if you have any, and keep following us on our platforms. You will get to see which other openings we have in Rwanda. So not only about positions, we also have some opportunities that I think are important to share with you. We normally take on interns, but we're putting on a program that might interest some of you, especially if we have some finalists or students. So it's a 3-month program for undergraduates. We provide an opportunity for the students to have hands-on experience or do their research projects. We will be able to provide, within this arrangement, we give you the opportunity to experience our culture and enjoy it in preparation for future employment, whether within Inkomoko or any of our sister companies or outside to the other companies. And to be eligible for this, we believe you must have an academic track record that is excellent. And then we will be working closely with the academic institutions that we can partner with, several of them. And then even master's level students can still join this program if they are interested. Basically, what we would like to do is to give you exposure, to experience our culture, to get to work with us and have hands-on experience in preparation for building your career. The other opportunity that we have, these are going to be rolled out, but you can still reach out to us if you're interested in any of them. The other one that might be of interest is for the graduate internship. This will be between 6 and 9 months. And for graduates who have done well in class, and of course we have to have some criteria to select these things, and then you have worked for 2 or less years, and then you have, you fit within our culture, what expectations, and then you have proven leadership skills, learning agility, you're willing to learn and you're self-aware, and then you must have the ability to demonstrate your motivation and desire to be part of the team and succeed with us. Okay, and with this, you have a possibility of being employed with the agency. Except to internship. If you get into internship, do well, there's always an opportunity for you. So, I need to share with you, and this cuts across with most organizations. Some of the considerations when you're hiring. So a few tips, and I will do only 4. There's 4 things that we've learned along the process. We've learned a few things, and the first one is we hire for culture fit. Culture fit. So we assess people based on the culture fit. The second one, we hire the attitude and we are able to train the skill. I am a believer of if you have a great attitude, then you are able to actually learn and grasp the things that have been trained. Then we believe in being diverse and inclusive. Any kind of person, all diverse persons bringing different things to the table. So we believe in being inclusive within our hiring processes. The fourth one is about hiring for the future. We don't only hire to fill the positions that are open, we do hire in preparation for tomorrow's leaders. So these are the basic 4 concepts that we look at when we're looking for the talent to join the Inkomoko team. So with that, Tulikunge, please join me, be my colleague, and thank you. Over to you for any questions.
All right. Well, there it is. Thank you so much, Barbara. I think everyone has had what I had. Now, I know students, some of you are following. So if you're almost graduating, don't forget to check out Inkomoko, their website, because they've highlighted internship opportunities, and those are always the stepping stone. You know, all you need to do is get yourself into the door, and then the rest will take care of itself. So there are so many opportunities that have been shared. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know. There are some comments that I've received on here, and I want us to address them. Someone called Jean Damour just asked, how about the ones who have a business idea but do not have capital? So I think paraphrase this, if someone just has an idea, do you have space for them at Inkomoko?
Yes, thank you so much for that question.
Barbara, do you want? Okay.
I think I'll take that one. I will suggest if you have a business idea, do as much as you can with your idea before you start raising capital. Most capital is easy. It's very hard to get capital with just a business idea. It's just to say what is realistic. So I would say that there are some resources that we all have. We all have a network. We all have some knowledge. We all have some people around us who might know things. I do know that there are some obviously ideas or products where you really need some startup capital, but almost all investors, they want to see that there's something that has been done on the ground before they want to invest. And I do believe that with the little you have, like who would be your potential customer, go find them, go talk to them, do some research, show that the more you can do to show that your business idea will actually be able to turn into a business, as the more you can show you have done on the ground, even if it's a prototype you've done, or even if it's trying it out on some of your friends or whatever it could be. It depends a lot what it is, but then you are already very far. For Inkomoko, we work mostly with businesses that are registered and that already have some type of operations, and not because we don't think it's important to work with people with business ideas, but it's just not where we specialize. And we really want to provide high quality, and we can't be everything to everyone. But we have worked with, that being said, we have worked with business ideas before. But I believe there are many organizations that do more the really initial stage. But I would say that before capital, there's a lot of things that you can do, and that it's very hard to get capital for something that is only an idea.
Absolutely, I do agree. Yeah, I think you answered his question. If it wasn't well captured, Jean Damon, feel free to raise it again. But I think I've had, and there are definitely different organizations here in Rwanda that work with ideas. Yeah, there's some accelerator programs now. Maybe in the future sessions we'll bring those on, and then you can find your place. But if you have access to internet, you have the information. I'm sure you can find those, and they can really help you out, build your idea into something viable. Then at a later stage, when you've started your business, you can come as well and sit with Inkomoko and see what else they have for you. Now, we do have one question from Hodari. What procedures as an entrepreneur follow to get your support for business development and business advisors services?
All right. Just to the one more thing on the business idea. Actually, yesterday I talked to someone from an organization called eCatalysts, and they specialize exactly in that. They are helping entrepreneurs who only have an idea, so to start figuring out how do I get this idea into something that could be a business. So they're called eCatalysts, and they're already here, and I think they're already working with idea stage businesses, and are happy to take on more. So that would be one place. Now for this question, what you need to follow to get our support. So, well, the basic requirements is to be registered and to have some operations. And then the next would be that our client relationship associates have a meeting with you to understand where your business is, what are the challenges your business face, and really see, are you a good fit for what we offer? Can be even part of our program, really support you? Is your business at a place where what we offer is the right thing for you? So we will try to understand what are your business needs at this point, and then from there, the conversation will continue until the point of the entrepreneur saying, okay, yes, this is something for me. And we are also saying, yes, we think we can support this entrepreneur. And then from there you sign up. That being said, obviously, there's also all the other ways to get, that's the most, that's the thing you can do every day. You can even do tomorrow. That's again, my colleague Metisa. You can reach out to her and she'll be happy to have a meeting with you to see how you fit. But then at the same time, please look out for other competitions that we have coming up where it's a different procedure where you have to actually apply. There'll be an application link, so then you apply, and then we do selection based on different criterias, depending on what the competition is around.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Heli. And I remember at one point we talked about, Inkomoko helping businesses to launch on e-commerce platforms. Just before we elaborate on that, I want to stress how it is, like, it's really important for businesses to be online. I mean, especially, today, given the situation, so many people are online, and it's really, I find it very vital that like a business is online. First of all, it just even entertains the fact that I can, order a product online. That's, awesome. Sometimes you can influence my decision. If your business is not online, I do think you're missing out. But Hele, do you want to elaborate on the on what services in that category of e-commerce?
Yes.
What exactly,
I totally
how
agree.
business to launch? Go ahead.
Sorry. I think I have a few internet issues, but I think I got you well. I totally agree with being online, and especially with this whole COVID pandemic. Some of the things we did when COVID hit was really to get a lot of businesses online. Obviously, it doesn't make sense for a business to be online if your customers are not online, right? So you first have to think about, where are my customers? So if your customers are not online, then why would you? So that's one thing that we see, that everyone wants to come online and not everyone should. But definitely there's a high need to get online, and that's what is happening. And we did a lot of digital marketing websites when COVID hit, so that all businesses could start selling their products online when no one could come to their shop. Particularly for the opportunity we have now on e-commerce, it's a platform that is being created. It's a partnership with, as I said, with Minicom, and it will be launched, but it hasn't really launched yet. So I can't say that much, but you can get involved. But it still entails that you have a business, and that obviously if you put your products online, one thing that is very important is that you can actually serve your clients, that when they order, you have a stock. So that's one of the requirements, that you are able to have always a stock of your products, so that someone doesn't buy your products online and then you can't deliver. But we do have this opportunity for, again, businesses that are registered, that can sell their products or services on these online platforms that are going to be national and then afterwards international. And we are very happy to talk to you about how you can be part of that. It's very exciting. That's actually an e-commerce center down by Sawa City that is attached to it, where there's also a 3D printers, and where there's the whole packaging process will happen there. So that's the place to show up. It's just, if you have Sawa City, on the right of Sawa City, there's a door that says Rwanda Mart. So it's called Rwanda Mart. So you can enter there and see the ECC, and there will be someone to help you.
Absolutely. And I think, as you were talking about e-catalyst, Saverio was very generous to provide us with the website. So thank you so much, Saverio. And this was in response to someone who was saying they have a business idea, but they don't have capital yet. So e-catalyst was one of our suggestions. So this is the good thing about, these sessions. We are learning, we're exchanging ideas, and you're finding solutions to the problems. If you want, your idea to be sponsored, you want to grow your idea into a business. So e-catalyst is right there. Now, I want to get back onto the opportunities available in Inkomoko, and as well, this is so much into HR work. Barbara, this is for you. When we do tend to see much about, mismatch when it comes to recruitment, people finding jobs, there's that, the employers are having a hard time finding, talent. I don't know if it's the same thing at Inkomoko. What advice, because we do have people who are tuning in from, Hui Employment Service Center. So many people are looking for jobs, actually. And we do not forget, what happened with the pandemic. So many people lost their jobs. And as a way of trying to bring back our economy, and people need to find jobs. Barbara, what would you say is the most, what are some of the things, probably like 3 things that would facilitate, businesses to find talents, as well as talents to be found by employers? What's your take on that?
Yeah, so if I hear you well, you're looking for some of those skills that some of our listeners can grow or prioritize in order to be employed. Okay.
Yes.
What comes to my mind? I mean, if you saw those 4 that I shared, having a great attitude stands out for me. And this comes with a lot, and I'll pick out one to do with having a growth mindset. If you have a growth mindset, you're willing to learn, you're willing to change. Things keep changing. You have to be adaptable. You have to learn. You have to continuously seek for opportunities to grow or to improve where you are. You can get in without knowing anything, but you have that urge to learn and grasp things. I think that is one that I would ask most of the listeners to develop, being able to be open to learn new things and willing to unlearn and relearn. So that comes as number 1 for me. The second one is for the young listeners, communication skills. However good you are, you might be very, very good at what you do, but if you're not able to communicate and present it out there and be able to maybe explain and give the background understanding of how you came up with what you have as a product, I think this is something that does affect people. And it also gets seen in most of the interview panels. You find someone is really brilliant, but they're not able to express themselves. I think that's another point that I would share. Then something else is on creativity and being innovative. I would say that's also something that people need to explore more, looking at some of the qualities we look out for. You need to be able not to stay comfortable with what you see and what you have. To be able to challenge the status quo is something that I would encourage, especially the young ones to dig out and have appetite for. I hope those three can...
Definitely, I do agree with you. Communication is very key. You know, you need to tell the audience, you need to tell the people how you came up with your product, what you have. You sell yourself first before you sell whatever else you have. So that's really key to the students who are listening, to people who are seeking employment. See ways to develop your communication skills. They are really, really important, just as you've heard from the HR. Now, we do have, I hope I don't miss any questions. We have a few minutes to go, but someone is asking, for a company that wants to carry out research and development, is there any support from Inkomoko? Can we get contact of Chief Skills Leader for a research survey from your office? Let me first pose that to the audience, to the panels. Is there any research and development?
Well, it depends what is meant with research and development. If it's a part of that you are a business and you are registered in Rwanda and you want to understand your market, that is something we can do. Looking at, it's a part of sales strategy. But if it's more like research and development in terms of developing new products or something like that, that's not our specialty. Our specialty is really on the business side, more than on product development. But I'm not exactly sure what is meant here, if I'm getting the question right. Maybe you can help, Lydia.
I think they're looking for... You know what, Innocent, reach out to us. You know, I'm particularly myself, I'm on LinkedIn, so send me a message, or you can write to us, Skills Rwanda. You can send us an email, skills@rdb.ra, and then we can deduce this more. Let's see if we have any other questions, and panelists, please, if I've missed any questions that you think were relevant to this discussion, I would like to address them. But if there's no any other questions, if you're content with what you've had today, we would like to come to sum up. And if I could hear something from you, Hele, if there's anything you can tell business people, someone who's trying to figure out their way into the Rwandan market, what do they need to know? A few tips, like actually 3 things you would say to these entrepreneurs that are trying to make their way into the Rwandan market.
Yes. I think one thing is don't keep your business to yourself. There's sometimes this idea of, no, if I shouldn't tell what I'm doing to anyone because someone else will come and copy me. But there's a lot more to a business than the actual product you are selling that makes up a business. So the first thing I would say is don't keep it to yourself. Let it out, get feedback from as many people as you can, particularly from who would be your future customer, but it could also be your future supplier. It could also be universities who have knowledge. Like, open up. Let people enter in your thoughts and in your ideas and in how you are doing things and the way you're doing things, because otherwise that you won't receive any feedback and this and be able to really develop what you are doing. That would be my one thing. And then, as I said earlier, the other thing is try things out and don't be afraid of failing. There are so many things that might go wrong, but we need to be able to take those risks and really trying it out ourselves. And and thinking about who do we have in our network who could help, who are different people that could, it could be an uncle, a cousin, it could be a friend, it could be a friend of a friend who might know something. Just reach out. Most people are always happy if there's someone who needs their advice or insights on something, and that is something that can increase your perspective and help you actually get into this market. And then obviously understanding, if you're coming from outside, understanding all the requirements, the legal requirements, where do you have to be registered, the different types of taxes you have to pay. I think that's really also important, because that can, it's so sad to see businesses fail for not having understood the legal aspects to it from the very beginning. Those were a few things I could think of.
Thank you so much. I think before I get to you, Barbara, we have received questions, but we also would like to point out this comment from Grace. Grace is saying, well done, Inkomoko, coming from a tourism and hospitality sector. What services are you offering to SMEs in the sector to get them back on their feet? The sector has really been seriously hit. So, Barbara, you have something to say on it, or Helen?
Yeah, I totally agree. The tourism hospitality has been hard hit. Actually, one thing we did last year was that we gave out COVID grants. So we gave out 3,000 grants to tourism and hospitality, to all businesses, but also tourism and hospitality. That was our way to try to keep some businesses on their feet. I think right now we are also giving financing to some tourism hospitality businesses that have worked with us, and we are really seeing how can we get now financing to these businesses so that they can take advantage of the opportunities that are there, that the borders are opening up, the quarantines are going, there's more conference going on. So right now we have a program that are for businesses that we already work with, in particular the tourism and hospitality, to really give them finance. And this is debt financing. So those are loans to those where we see, okay, they need this maybe to stock up. It could be restaurants are open and are going well, but maybe you don't have finance to have a stock and pay your the first month of salaries for your employees, right? So we are trying to see how can we help these businesses get back on their feet with an initial finance, believing that that will help them now survive. The other things we have done for these businesses is really looking at cash flows. What are my cash flows? What's the minimum I can spend? Because it's obvious it's going to take a while still before these businesses come back on their feet. There are more people coming into Rwanda, but it's not at a level where it was before. And we have worked with more than 400 businesses in the tourism and hospitality sector. So one thing that is really important is helping with cash flow and seeing how do I get through a period where I might not have that much revenue, and where can I cut my costs? That's one of the things. And how can I start focusing on domestic tourism, for example, making packages for domestic tourism as well. I think there are many tourism and hospitality businesses that survived on that, even though the market is it's obviously much smaller.
Definitely. Thank you so much. And I think that Inkomoko has done its part in, definitely helping the tourism sector. And I'm really grateful to that. And I hope the people who are in business as well. And also the government has really tried to put in place, recovery programs that are really helping, the business people to recover from, the hit they got from COVID. So we do have like a minute, Barbara, some of your final words to our audience that have been greatly listening and amazingly waiting to hear from you.
Great. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And for my closing remarks, I would like to share with the listeners. I like to spend time on the fresh graduates, or those that are yet to graduate, or people who are new in seeking their career opportunities. Please do not limit yourselves. Go for the very complicated things that you think everybody does not want to go for, and make sure you try to do them well. Learn something new every day, and be clear on what you actually want, and speak out, say out what you want to have. And do not limit yourself. Keep moving, keep going. I am personally a product of internship. That's why I got my job fast. So when you get those opportunities, whether paid or not paid, please grab that opportunity and make sure that you use it to your advantage. So thank you, Lydia. I think it's time up. And yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. It was wonderful having you, wonderful ladies from Inkomoko. And thank you so much for our audience for being with us. Please stay tuned. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe so that you can get a notification every time we're uploading these videos. Follow Inkomoko, check out their website. So many opportunities to grow, to help you grow your business and help you grow as a person. Thank you so much. That's been our time. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye.